I'm going to just explain this last part of the presentation. We've kind of gone through the enabling environment. We've talked about the Catalyst Jobtech Accelerator, and this is the last kind of new work stream that we want to brief people on. I think it responds to some of the questions coming in. Whereas the Catalyst Jobtech Accelerator was really focused on those kind of early stage businesses, really helping to build the foundations of those businesses in the Jobtech space. As the Jobtech Innovation Lab, we have a bit more flexibility and a wider scope. What we're trying to do is help platforms to achieve exactly what we're trying to achieve as the Jobtech Alliance: greater scale, greater inclusivity, and greater impact or quality of work. This could mean helping platforms to do things like develop new products or services. It could be about helping platforms to enhance their products, their operations or marketing in order to do things like better deliver services, reach new markets, or remove barriers to access for marginalized groups. We're particularly interested in young women and refugees as two populations. It could be about helping platforms to expand to new markets, particularly underserved markets. But again, it could be much, much more. We want to be driven by platforms, and where platforms see the opportunity for scale, inclusivity, and impact. So you might have entirely different ways that we should be working together. How do we do it? We, with support from the Challenge Fund for Youth Employment, will be working with at least 20 platforms over the course of the next few years with what we call sprint support packages. So we're looking at these individual sprints, which we would co-design with you. Each sprint will vary based on the needs of the platform. It will include a combination of support from our venture building team to think through what that sprint could or should be, technical assistance of the same team that we were talking about, and it's the same team that Michelle was talking about with the domain expertise and things like market research, product management, engineering, or indeed local market insights as required. We have a small amount of grant capital, and this really is small amounts to kind of test out these new things or de-risk high-risk endeavors. We aim to be connecting our partners to investors where they need it, connect them to mentors where they need it, and we always would be seeking to generate some insights that could be shared to the wider community. This isn't taking your unique IP or all of the details of the sprint that we'd be doing with you, but learning what can be shared with the rest of the ecosystem that will help drive everyone forward. I want to give a few examples to make this a bit more tangible. Let's talk about Socials, a hypothetical influencer platform that has achieved product market fit in Nigeria. They connect a huge amount of influencers to work, and they're looking to expand into Nigeria, but they don't understand the Francophone market. In that case, maybe we would co-develop a sprint around market expansion support. Maybe this involves 10 days of support from a market expansion expert to help playbook the business to better enable it to expand into new markets, as well as some support from a Senegalese market expert to understand how the product needs to be adapted for local realities. Maybe that platform, and I realize I missed out one thing here, we can also provide some management support. We know that a lot of time there's just a difficulty in capacity to deliver, particularly for earlier stage companies. So maybe this would include 4 weeks of a management consultant to help deliver on this go-to-market pilot. Maybe we contribute a small amount to de-risk that expansion as well. Again, we would be wanting to learn some things about this that we could share with the wider community. We wouldn't share the unique IP about what an influencer platform looks like in its expansion into the Francophone market, but we would aim to share some generalizable learnings with the wider community. Another example would be Buy On Online, a hypothetical e-commerce marketplace that enables micro-enterprises to sell online. Their problem is that 90% of their users are men, and most of the women on the platform are earning less than $100 a month. Maybe in this case, we co-design a sprint around increasing sales for women on that platform, because that makes business sense, as well as enhancing the inclusivity of their platform. Maybe this sprint involves 20 days of a product manager with a product design expert with a background in fintech that would work with the platform to redesign their user experience for women, as well as 8 days of a marketing expert to help launch a female-friendly marketing campaign. And maybe we contribute $25,000 to help with this initial drive. We would again seek to learn or share some generalizable lessons about how to increase participation of female users on Jobtech platforms. Now, just to point out that all of our sprints need to have a few things. One, they need to make business sense. This is not a grant giving endeavor that is just giving people cash in order to give us jobs. We want to help businesses to improve their products and services in a way that is sustainable and scalable in a longer term. Also in ways that measurably create or improve jobs for their users. And in ways that offer these positive externalities to the ecosystem. We want to learn something that we can share with other members of the ecosystem. The eligibility is very similar to what Michelle was talking about. It needs to fit into our taxonomy that was shared at the beginning of being a Jobtech platform. We have a bit more flexibility of stage. We're more likely to be suitable for more established platforms who have worked out what their core product is, but see opportunities for greater scale, impact, or inclusivity. We're based on the funding that we have, we're covering initially the same 10 markets. Now, just to point out, we hope to expand offering over time, but the funding that we have enables us to work in just these 10 markets. But hopefully we do a good job, and hopefully that over time we'll be able to expand those focus